about it. Chrissy Teigen trending again. She posted a lengthy apology. You know, after admitting the apology was long and clear. She is very sorry for trolling people, telling people to kill themselves, the whole bit. She did not give an excuse, but said it was really paraphrasing about her own insecurity and attempts to be funny and, you know, just have fun on social media, not fully understanding her behaviors and implication. Apparently she's in therapy. There's part of it, simply no excuse, she says. She does acknowledge their horrible tweets, and says some of these people, Lindsay Lohan, Courtney Stoddard, needed empathy. And she acknowledged that there's others that she needs to reach out to and not just give this public apology when she gave a, you know, direct insult and direct trolling. And I also saw the designer, Michael Costello. You familiar with him? He said reluctantly that he wanted to come forward and say what she had done to him when he was, according to him, caught up and accused of racism. But it was really, you know, he says somebody had spoofed him and you know, created this lie, and it was not him. And when he pleaded with Chrissy Teigen to please, because she picked it up and ran with it, please hear my story, she basically said, you know, drop dead or something. And
and he was.
I do think that it is
contemplating suicide.
That people, he said that's what he hasn't to this day gotten over it. He really hasn't. He's written letters, he says. And I do think it's true that there is hypocrisy, and it comes from people. You're looking at her. When I like someone, I think I'm willing to make more allowances for them, but I think we have to look deeper than that. When it comes to Chrissy Teigen, I don't think she's a horrible person. I just don't. I think she wrote some horrible things to some people, and that's not okay. But she's a mother, and I think what I accept and like about her is that she's not mincing words now that she's called on it. Even when she went dark for a minute, you didn't hear Chrissy Teigen making a bunch of excuses for her behavior. Just, I'm sorry, and I'm in a dark place. And this really, the focus shouldn't be on her because she victimized other people, but that's life. And I don't mean the victimization is life. I mean the focus is on her because she's a huge celebrity, married to another huge celebrity in the world. But I wonder what you think about the piling on. And it may be deserved, don't get me wrong. She did these things, they're piling on, and maybe she just has to sit there and take it. But there seems to be an agenda of ending her. Canceling, I guess is the word.
Cancel culture.
I don't believe she needs. I look at a woman whose husband loves her children love her, she loves them, and they're not more important than anybody else. But there's redemption here. To me, that's what I believe.
Well, I think, like you mentioned, I think you cancel who you don't want to be in your life anyway, in some kind of way or another. Like Kevin Hart just came out and says, I personally don't give a you know what about cancel culture. So you're going to excuse or give a pass to the people that you really like and that you want to see the redeeming qualities come out of. Chrissy Teigen, I'm glad she admitted. I'm glad she finally came out and said that she was mean to a lot of people in the past. She said some really horrible things to Michael Costello, from what I understand, and this guy was brought to suicide, and he tried to plead with her, and she wasn't listening to him at the time. But I think Chrissy also had to go through something herself. Remember a couple of months ago when she was kind of being trolled and she was kind of being bullied online? So maybe she got a taste of her own medicine and makes you realize what you're putting other people through. I don't believe that you should just throw somebody away. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She lost a child, and people were kind of coming at her because of that, because she shared that moment on social media. And a lot of people are mean, and you see what kind of people that are out there. That just, some people just don't have a heart. So I think maybe she needed to go through that. I'm not saying that she should have gone through that, but maybe she needed to go through that to understand what she was doing to other people. And now she realizes that, and now she can make amends. Now, she does so much good for society. She and her husband, and she goes out there and she speaks out on issues. Exactly, she speaks up on social justice issues. So I'm going to give her a pass on that type of stuff because I like her as a person. I just think that we all have done things in our past that we're not proud of. and we should not be thrown away because of a couple of mistakes that you made early on because of immaturity. I know, wrote a whole book about it. I told you, I'm really open about that. I could have been canceled a long time ago. Thank goodness there are enough people out there who understands like, okay, what he was or who he was back then isn't who he is now or who he's trying to be. So I look at the progress that you're making and I can say, okay, well, you did some horrible things in the past. Now, some things are unforgivable. Don't get me wrong. Some things are really forgivable. But at the same time, if I see that you're trying to make that progress in your life, that you're trying to better your life, that you're sorry for the things that you've done in the past, and you're moving forward and you're trying to teach other people about the things and the mistakes that you've made and trying to make them better, I'm all for it. And I'm here for you trying to continue to make a living for yourself. That's it.
I think you're exactly right. Some things are a snapshot in time and not defining of the person, in this case, the woman. You know, some people show you who they are every day of their lives, and they've been doing it for 60, 70, 80. How old is 45? But with Chrissy, and she wasn't a child when she did this, but look, at the end of the day, when somebody tells you straight up they made a mistake, maybe criticize them about something else. And I feel for Michael Cassell because he seems like a good guy too, and he has a right to get it out. He does. Yeah. But I do think that I'd like to see they could comfort one another. I actually believe that.
She needs to personally call him. She needs to personally call. Yep.
Yeah, and I think she probably has reached out to him, and I think that can and should take place. But I also love John Legend. He has not for 1 second felt that he would publicly distance and privately love his wife. They're in a commercial, Verbo, I think it is, where she's only shown for a second with the rest of the family, or two. But I like that. He doesn't have to own or like what she did, but he loves her and he's supporting her.
That's his queen.
And I think people do things for a reason. So let's let her deal in therapy as she's indicated, and do that. And God bless him. But I did want to bring it up.
And I'm pretty sure she caters to him. She probably caters to him too.
It's just not.
Which is another topic.
We can talk about the Destiny's Child song too. We talk about that later.
We'll do that
Lauren
later
McCoy
on.
Rescue.